A shift to EVs and clean power could save almost 90,000 American lives. A recent report released by the American Lung Association titled Driving to Clean Air: Health Benefits of Zero-Emission Cars and Electricity has suggested that if the United States were to switch to zero-emissions vehicles and use cleaner sources of electricity, such as wind, solar, hydro, geothermal, and nuclear, by 2035 it could result in a decrease of 89,300 premature deaths by 2050. William Barrett, the report's author and the National Senior Director for Clean Air Advocacy at the American Lung Association, noted that besides a reduction of 2 million asthma attacks and 10 million fewer workdays lost, there are also estimated public health benefits totaling $978 billion. Transportation is a major contributor to air pollution in the U.S. according to figures from the Environmental Protection Agency (EPA. And decreases in air quality can lead to many conditions such as asthma, heart problems, depression, and Alzheimer's. The American Lung Association reported that an alarming 120 million individuals in the U.S. live in areas with hazardous air quality. And low-income communities and those of color unfortunately bear the majority of the burden. Dr. Jason West, a professor in the Department of Environmental Sciences and Engineering at the University of North Carolina, was also consulted. He noted that switching to electric vehicles, when coupled with non-combustion electricity, could result in huge health benefits. Source: reposted and summarized from Simon Alvarez at Teslarati. Tesla reportedly disconnecting radar in customer cars during routine servicing. Tesla made waves this year when it disclosed it will be abandoning traditional radar technology for its autopilot driver assistance system in favor of fully relying on cameras for the Tesla Vision framework. Vehicles produced before the inception of the updated system still have radar systems fitted. But Tesla appears to be taking them out during scheduled service appointments and forcing pre-2021 cars to only use the visual-based autopilot instead. Several sharp-eyed forum contributors noticed a complimentary line item added to their service estimates, prompting them to sign off on it prior to the Tesla service center working on their automobile. The firm is not eradicating the actual radar setups, simply disconnecting them and transfiguring the endings of the plugs, as listed in the official service bulletin. Some owners tried to erase the line from the service rate, only to discover it was mechanically reinserted later. Others experienced success by asking the service center not to disable the radar sensing device. Tesla cautions that an upcoming over-the-air update will disable autos with the component no matter what. While the service technicians have informed some consumers that their automobiles have not been using the radar for more than 3 months after it was taken out by an OTA software update, which appears to line up to an archived version of the transitioning to Tesla Vision guide, which states that all Model S and Model X vehicles produced for the North American market have been working on Vision-only autopilot systems since February 2022. One user on the Tesla Motors Club forum commented the radar is being deleted as it is taxing the battery without being of any use, and that it has likely also been susceptible to water infiltrating its components and needing total replacement. It appears that the radar sensor is only being deactivated for vehicles having the hardware necessary to operate Tesla Vision, with older vehicles not being affected. Contrastingly, a few people who had paid to upgrade their car's hardware still had their radar disconnected, which they consider to be an unfair procedure. Compared to the earlier radar-formed autopilot, the Vision outlining is unable to activate cruise control over 85 miles per hour. And the following gap between the car and the preceding vehicle is also bigger, roughly 2 car lengths instead of 1. It remains to be seen how this may work out for Tesla, hence we would appreciate hearing your opinion. Source: Reposted and summarized from Julian Nystrom at Inside EVS. Tesla shares hit 2023 high with over 100 surge from January lows. Tesla shares increased to their most elevated levels in more than half a year on Wednesday, speaking to a significant recuperation from the organization's difficulties in 2022. The Tesla stock rally has driven CEO Elon Musk's riches to new statures, making him the most extravagant individual on the planet via net worth once more. During early exchanging, Tesla's stock bounced by over 3% to achieve $229. Supported to some extent by positive news, for example, the common government affirming Tesla's qualification for a $7,500 assessment credit for its top-selling vehicles. Just as the Mongolian government's obvious eagerness to have a Tesla battery office. As of Wednesday's shut, Tesla shares were exchanging at $224.57 per share, empowering the EV maker to arrive at a market top of $711.78 billion. After arriving at a low point in early January, the organization's offers have seen an amazing 107% increment. To some extent because of the organization's critical endeavors to extend its buyer base. Tesla's stock execution has taken into account the EV maker to wind up one of the best entertainers in the S&P 500. For context, the S&P 500 has ascended by 12% year to date. Amidst the Tesla stock rally, Elon Musk recaptured the top position among the world's most extravagant people by net worth, surpassing LVMH administrator Bernard Arnault. As of Wednesday, Musk's net worth is recorded as $205 billion in the Bloomberg Billionaires Index, while Arnault's net worth is assessed at $187 billion. That being stated, Tesla shares are as yet exchanging about 44% lower than their pinnacle of $410 in November 2021. This proposes that the organization, despite everything, has ground to cover before it completely recovers its misfortunes from 2022. Tesla stock saw a 65% decrease in 2022, to some extent because of COVID-related lockdowns in China and Elon Musk's tempestuous obtaining of Twitter. Be that as it may, the EV maker figured out how to recapture some of Wall Street's trust by detailing record-breaking quarterly income and profit in January. This positive energy proceeded with Tesla's Q1 2023 outcomes, which were likewise particularly noteworthy. Source: reposted and summarized from Simon Alvarez at Teslarati. Tesla shopping experience as easy as Amazon Prime. In a recent research note, Morgan Stanley analyst Adam Jonas compared the traditional buying experience to Tesla's. Tesla has its own way of selling vehicles. They sell directly to customers, unlike most legacy automakers who sell through dealerships. This style of selling works to get rid of price markups, a problem for consumers trying to purchase for MSRP value. Jonas experienced this firsthand and had to go through a lengthy process to purchase for the MSRP price. After showing the dealership a screenshot confirming the MSRP, he finished the process of purchasing a new car. This experience highlighted Tesla's competitive edge to Jonas. Through this process, Tesla can own its own stores, making the shopping experience as easy as Amazon Prime. Tesla can also stack retail on the downstream recurring revenue, used, and parts service revenue. Source: reposted and summarized from Maria Morano at Teslarati. Tesla's UK scrappage policy can reduce Model 3 and Model Y prices. Tesla has just introduced a scrappage policy in the UK to make its Model 3 and Model Y more attractive to buyers. This scheme permits those with a gas or diesel car valued at up to $2,500 US to receive an additional 2,000 credit as a trade-in. To qualify for the scheme, the car must be registered in the person's name for a minimum of 3 months and have a minimum of 30 days of MO Ministry of Transport safety eligibility. If a person qualifies, their new Model 3 or Model Y could cost them $5,000 less than its MSRP. This new policy comes after the cancellation of the UK's plug-in car grant, which was eliminated as a result of the success of the electric car revolution. While this has been seen as a welcome move to some, others, such as Classic Care Weekly editor David Simister, have acknowledged its downsides, noting that old relics are being scrapped with the policy despite their low environmental impact, which could be offset by carbon balancing schemes. In addition to the scrappage policy, Tesla has also been involved in multiple business expansion initiatives across the globe and has implemented significant price cuts on its models multiple times in the past year in the US source. Reposted and summarized from Suvrat Kothari at Inside EVS.